Thanks for staying with us. In our first hot topic, Abia State Governor Alex Otti has condemned early political campaigns for the 2027 elections, stating that those discussing future polls in 2025 are acting like God. He stressed that no one is guaranteed tomorrow and urged political actors to focus on serving the people today rather than gambling with the future. Otti voiced his full support for President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, particularly the removal of fuel subsidy, which he described as long overdue. According to him, the tough decisions being implemented are painful but necessary to correct years of economic mismanagement. He emphasized that his administration is focused on development, not political battles, adding that he draws inspiration from the infrastructure model of former Governor Ojuzo Kalu. Otti said he is using his time in office to fix Abia and improve lives rather than engage in blame games. Our guest this morning is Mr. Sola Omolayo, political analyst. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning.
Good morning. So now, political campaigns have begun in earnest, whether they are telling us or not. We are already seeing it as people are endorsing left, right, and center the president, and people are moving from party to party, and it seems as if governance is suffering at this moment. But Otti is saying that whoever is talking politics in 2025, 2 years to the time that we will actually have an election, is just playing God. I would like to hear your comment on the reason or the fact that people have started politicking 2 years early.
When I hear the governor on the political programming of Nigeria now, saying that people might be playing God, I just laugh. And I think he's also using that statement to weaken some of the structure that they already know is being put in place. And he himself cannot deny the fact that they have not started playing the political game now. And you see, the first story that I always in giving you a kind of a dummy reverence to kill, taking your eyes away from the king or the queen itself. And I guess, for me, I don't think it's that statement for discussion because we all know what we went there. And for him also appreciating the past governor of that state, he is definitely one of the strong men in the National Assembly, which is the Senate House. You can understand that. I tell people, I say you've not seen this whole thing started yet. You just wait till when we get to August, you will see the reality of the gambling that you'll be seeing. Because it's an internal game for now, before they prepare it for us. I just keep Nigerians who are just sleeping now without coming out to check the pulse of some of these people who are beginning to maximate themselves into some political group that will favor their interest. And I also believe that that is saying that it's not the right time also campaign. Maybe leading up a statement supporting, giving a great support to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's clear where everybody is. You don't need to tell me about the 10 commandments. I also do that after the 10 commandments, there are also 10 commandments, over 1,000, and that was extracted or made out of the 10 commandments. It's not about the 10 commandments. It's even much more than the 10 commandments. That is over 1,000 laws that you need to follow. That is also out to the 10 commandments. So, Otti is a smart man in this game. When you look at when he was campaigning, you think he was playing trick by in the way of his campaign. He really used that to get the people to do his power. So it's smart in the game. Don't worry about what you are saying. Don't worry. The only worry you need to keep up is to tell Nigeria to wake up.
Okay, so speaking about early campaigns, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State made a comment saying that he would propose a single term of about 5 to 6 years instead of, the 2 terms of 4 years. And one of the reasons why he said that was because, when we look at people coming in, they're already thinking about re-election. And that's exactly where we are right now, because we've not really seen governance the way it should be. And, sometimes you might say, why are they trying to campaign so early? But they are thinking about the re-election. What do you think about Seyi Makinde's statement saying maybe a single term is something that would help with all of this?
Yeah, you see, I think that stuff is a very nice thing. But we should have our theory of governance in this part of the world. I think that it's a different story in the human being. You understand? And then what she actually proposed is very new. This was how we got it wrong during the days of Obasanjo, 2003 to 2007. Because the agenda then was to bring in a civil rule. Because when you look at the structure of election in this part of the world, we are not organized. We are not even going to that. Anything into governance immediately we get it wrong. I keep telling you, no matter how smart you are, when you get into office, the structure of this country is so different. And if you take any reasonable government to last to stay for, you didn't like it 1 year to get yourself together. Not even when you borrow that amount of money to contest an election. People will say, why do you borrow? Oh, yeah, I know that we are not too sincere to ourselves. When you notice that somebody is a honorable member, the way you salute him becomes different. They invite you to your club, if he gives you a little amount of money, you say, you invited him, say, we honorable cannot give us this money. The way we talk, we celebrate clear. We allow these people to become similarly minded, to meet up with our demand. Outside demand, they sound to government. How do you want them to get this money? And by the time they get to work, they spend 1 year. Cost time with your president for you to get the party of what you are going to do, no matter how smart you are. Look at what is happening to some of these leaders outside this country. Look at Trump. But the fact that Trump has been in office before, yes, he's still trying to grapple and get this one. Because Trump is not the one that hold out office. So it takes 1 year, like between 9 months and 1 year, if you are a governor, before you get to track, because you don't know the thought that the past leader has put in place before you got to the office. Not even when you are coming from the opposition to take office. So it takes 1 year or more. If you're a president, as I tell you, people like telling people that no matter what your president is looking to, you're going to spend another 1 year, 5 months, or 6 months before you go to get it act together. People thought you are just talking jazz. You can see it from the hierarchy on the wall now. Yes. And when you get into office under that budget, you seem to have wasted 1 year. Remaining 4. Remaining 3. It is obvious that the rest 1.5 years that you spend with, then you should be coming back to office. Or you are finding a way of bringing somebody that will wait for all this. The structure of this country is not too good for this system of government for you. I mean, this democracy thing is a question. I don't know if we have our full African way of solving that to make it more better. So, these are the ideas that some of the people that went into the ideology of all time that they used in blackmailing the former president of President Obasanjo. Understand the beginning of that trace of that thought. It was not even thought in the beginning. That was not it. The first idea that was pushed to Nigeria then was tenor elevation. People did some of these things so fast. The architect of that tenor elevation, one of the guys that brought that idea, I can't remember his name, Ahmed or whatever, I can't remember this guy's name, who came to Lagos for something, and by the time they were going back to Abuja, because it was only past this period that the first place fight then was Fairview, the guy that organizes that exhibition died in the place. I can't remember the name of the guy now. After the death of that guy, you will see the general elevation at that period goes down. 3 months later, it emanated again. That was when they had this idea of total, because the owner of that idea who was trying to sell the general elevation idea to be one single term of 6 years, there is no more. And the opposition has risen to that point, forgetting the fact the governors who stood up against that idea then never knew that it's going to reflect in their governance then. I think they need to, because they realize it, or they need to too well because they realize that it will not be for their own. So I don't know, whatever commission that will give governance to Nigeria, I think we will all need it. It's just that at times the kind of human being we have in this part of the world that is very funny. We ourselves, we celebrate criminals too much. When you see somebody who was voted for us on councillor, you'll be hearing on the street, the other guy who was the town. I won't say my even for that part. This is a country where somebody who is going to join a political party, so that party will not be popular. They say you join this party now, we say the way we talk just says that we have been defeated even before this leader comes to present the to us. That's just it. So we just need to start right here because we need a good governance and a continuous governance that will get results. Not this 4 years idea, spend 1 year, you are still finding your theory. Understanding the fact there is good development institutions that are in the system, the civil servant, I mean the civil servant or whatever that they have been there. Some of them are there for 25 years, 30 years. They've used about 2 to 3 governments in that same seat. They are coming to meet these people. They are the administrator of government. You've got to take brief from them before you start your question. So most of the time, I see some of these politicians winning offices as a victim for the civil servant.
I mean, before President Buhari even left office, we saw how they were trying as much as possible to have the Nigerian air, just be back on track or something. And, that's what happens because you don't do as much in the first tenure, but then in the second one, when you've been re-elected, that's when the governance even starts to happen, or you try to do something or make do with the little time that you have. But, speaking about the, he's now saying the policies that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he supports the policies. How about you? How do you feel about the policies so far?
I just say that we have people with good mind. Like one of the journalists we have said that we should check himself very well and check with him not to listen to sacrifice and class with the life and why the people fight the life. He might have a very good reason to be doing stuff that in things, but this way the people they think these guys are always up there most times. They are pulled away from seeing the reality of the reason why. Yeah. So I just speak to some of our people that are going to the leaders, and it's not unfortunate that we just see people supporting them now, telling you what the government will do. The subsidy excess that is given to one with the government, what is the reverse chamber? We offer a magical response to the system that the people feel the thought that yes, subsidy is given, but this is how it's being spread, and the people are following. Let you change it. I don't know. Let you change it. So I think a lot of people are saying this. Let you change it. So they have no light. Let you change it. There's no development. There are still primary schools and secondary schools that are up and schools. Let you change it. So, and the president has said it, carry that number, that this morning they are getting more than what they have demanded for. And that's why you see them supporting. When they ask too much money we get now, but it's not reflecting. And the problem we have in this country.
We're just concerned about the fact that 2 years is quite a long time to suspend governance and begin to campaign and all that. And with these endorsements that you're seeing, do you foresee a further neglect of governance in favor of campaigning, or you can see some developments still coming up in spite of these endorsements?
I think every citizen is more to check on this state governor. You understand? Because the majority, 70% of the proceeds that we are expecting from governors should come from the state. We should talk more of the state governors of each of these states and what they are doing. We should take them out. When you campaign, it doesn't disturb you from doing performing your duty. You have men that are working for you. You have commissioners, you have directors, you have people that are working your SA and just do stuff for you. It doesn't disturb you if you are doing your campaign. That will shock you. And you know that some of these people have their business, they are managing, their business never to last. You know why? They think they are serving us. And why is it that it's so difficult for them to do that which is right for the people? They are suffering. They are suffering even when they are not campaigning. What did you see? They all the same. What did you see? So we just use this thing to clean their failure there is because of campaign. When campaign starts, it's nonsense. So nonsense. That these are never problem. They maintain their family, their children go to their school, they pay the school fees of the children. If anybody is not doing well, they take care of their own. That is it. When it comes to the people, we allow them we celebrate this event just to make them say yes, because of campaign. When they did not go on campaign, what they do? Is it the campaign that says that they should not pay the workers the sum of the state are still paying? Is it the campaign that says that they should not pay the salary increase that the federal government endorses, which is a part of? Is it the campaign that affects the ministers that is saying that you are going to pay more to power? When they say electricity, you are increasing you are saying the tariff will still go up? Is it the campaign? They should need to ask questions. They know how to calculate. Look, let me tell you this. This campaign you are saying is not about the 2027 that you are talking about. I'm telling you, this program is about 2026. Some of them are thinking towards getting the ticket, not because they are so interested of allowing Bola Tinubu to win. Either they are PDP, they are Labour Party, they are APC, they are trying towards that fact. It's because of the primary election that will be coming up. Primary election is more dangerous for politicians, it's more sensitive to politicians. This is the area of concern. So that the president will not use his magical power to make things work against them. That's why they are doing what they are doing. Just wait and see. I keep telling people. These people that are shouting Osana to be after the primary, check your ball. Because they know we don't know. After you people are shouting 2027. Their plan is not 2027. They are only giving you that dummy. For you to experience with Bola Tinubu 2027. That's what they are fighting for. They are living what kind of people are these? What is this 2027 is a lie. Their day is 2026 and it's going to start in August where the struggling of the classes begins. Those who want to retain their office, if they are in PDP, they know the calculator is so smart that the student is going to be called. He is so smart that he can make things work.
Well,
These people, they are too strong, they are so calculating. We are looking at 2027. That is not the easy now. The first thing to do to control these people or to check them is to begin to talk about the state governments, talk about the legislator. What are they contributing so far? So that their party will begin to feel the challenge of putting the right person when it comes to the primary of 2026. Because when they give you a right cost, they allow you to begin from the original calculation. When we are looking at 2027, we are programming under next of that 2026. You think those people never know what it's doing?
Well, let's hope that we will survive to 2027.
And see how it all plays out.
Let's have food to eat, a roof over our head, and maybe cover our modesty and all that. But that's a tall hope, but we hope that God will grant us our prayers, because we like praying in Nigeria. But this is how far we can go at this time, Mr. Omolayo. We'd like to thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much.
Amen. We've been talking to Sola Omolayo, a political analyst, and we're looking at the Abia State governor blasting the people who are campaigning already now for 2027 and saying that they're playing God. The next topic we're going to take is cooking gas prices surging. So we'll be looking at that when we return from the break. Stay with us.